The Okanagan Valley is one of Canada's two major wine growing regions. It extends about 100 miles north from the US border up to Vernon. It is at 50 degrees northern latitude, which makes it, along with Champagne, same latitude, one of the most northerly wine growing regions. So just at the very edge of viticulture, but we do manage to get our grapes ripe here. We have hot days during the summer, cool nights, which gives the wines their sort of trademark racy acidity.
And on this BC AdVINEture, we're going to go to 5 wineries, some of which we know very, very well, and some that are fairly new to us. The first is going to be Okanagan Crush Pad, run by the formidable Christine Coletta and her husband Steve. They started this crush pad facility, have 4 labels of their own. The best known probably is Haywire. Then they do Narrative and Freeform, and just launched Bizu and Yukon. And then we're going to go over and see John Skinner, who runs Painted Rock Winery, very well-known winery here in BC, a beautiful property. And then we're going to have a winemaker interview with Scott Robinson, who's at Little Engine Wines, which is a winery that's pretty new to us, but getting great acclaim, and we're very excited about that. Then we're going to see Jack and Janice Meyer over at Meyer Family Vineyards, a winery that's known really for their Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and we're big fans. We've been drinking their wines for a very long time. And we're going to cap it all off at Kismet Estate Winery, which is down in Oliver, and they have an Indian bistro on the property, stunning site, and hear what they have to say as well. So come along and enjoy the AdVINEture.
First of all, we have our own sales team, and we sell our own wine, and we wanted to give them lots of options to sell when they're out in the marketplace. And we sell predominantly to restaurants in Vancouver, and we also wanted to make smaller lots of things, and so we didn't want to be at 5,000 cases of this, 5,000 cases of that. So we spread our production over the 3 different brands, and they all represent something quite different. The Haywire brands are, for the most part, our own vineyards, which are all certified organic now.
Oh, great.
And they're all varietal wines that are super clean, elegant, delicate, and primarily made in concrete. The Narrative lineup is predominantly grapes that we buy from contract growers up and down the valley, and it can change year to year. So we can have a Pinot Blanc, we can have a Malbec, we can have Cab Franc, and we can have different varieties that we don't actually grow ourselves that we can source. So we have Chenin Blanc coming this year, no Malbec, but we've had Syrah in the past, so it changes. And it's really based on what we can source from other growers and things that look good in that vintage. And then the Freeform wines are natural wines, so those are all wines that are low intervention, no additives, and no sulfur added at all.
Oh.
And primarily those are made in, they're either made in concrete, amphora, or some of them are made in the stainless steel.
When I started, I left an area, see that planting block over there where the truck is? Between here and the truck. It's just a very small part. I was considering building an inn here at the very beginning. I just wanted to leave an acre and a half just there and see if I needed it. And then over time, I just decided I don't want anybody being in here. I just want it to be, people would have different agendas. If you had something to say, and I don't want that. So we had wildlife issues and stuff. And so I said, let's just plant it. And that was 4 years ago. And I asked Alan, my Bordeaux consultant, what we should plant there. And he said, we've got 2 clones of Chardonnay over there, and it's cool. And we've got clone 95, a different clone. And this is the first vintage that incorporates all 3 clones.
At the stage we're at right now, like you can see the bunches forming here, so they'll flower in a few weeks, and then have fruit set and so on. So this upper portion, there's pretty good vigor for this time of year. But then you'll see kind of variety, like some less vigor. And the soil changes as we go down, so we'll see a spot where it's less vigorous. And
Did you tell us these are Pinot Noir grapes?
well, this is Chard.
This is Chardonnay.
Yeah, Clone 95.
I know you had your investment background. Was this supposed to be a retirement plan, or?
No, like I
Because
said,
it's a lot of work.
it's supposed to be a hobby. It was never supposed to have morphed into this. And I'd love to say we had a lifelong passion and dream, but it was drinking beer with a guy one day and he said, "You should have a winery." I said, "You're right."
And in the time that you've been here, do you still find the vintages like all over the place in terms of the weather? Or is like, you know, BC doesn't have that consistency
Yeah.
that like California has.
Yeah. I think that was the main reason we did Chard and Pinot. They're cool climate grapes. They were picked earlier, so I think we probably have much less variation than some of the big reds that have to hang out and in a cooler year really struggle to ripen. We always get to where we want to get to.
Since we start making our own wine, we start understanding, because we're working with the winemaker and see what he wants. Now we know both sides.
Yeah.
Right? Before we only know one side, but now we know both sides. What really the winemaker wants. They just don't want high brag, high alcohol. They want flavor.